Hey there. Okay, so here's the next part. The line that we ended with was, you and I can start with lip reading. What do you say? So the next part is, you like being a maid? You like being a maid. So maid is the sign clean person. So you do it twice, like, well, you could do it once actually, that's fine. Too clean is like you do it multiple times, but a maid would be clean person. So you like being a maid? She says yes, and you say why, which you know the sign Y or Y or Y, all those different versions. She says, I like working alone in my silence. And he says, oh, come on, there are other jobs where a person can work alone in silence. So, like, come on, just like swap your hand away. Like, come on, there are other, sign for other, you take your thumb down and you just circle it. You kind of move it out too, like other jobs, make a fist. And this one goes on top here. There are other jobs where a person, I think we know that sign already, can work alone. So alone is one out, and then you circle it and go up. Alone in silence. It starts with the sh, and then like sh, and you block out the sound. Silence. So come on, there are other jobs where a person can work alone in silence. She says, not with toilet bowl cleaner. You repeat that, not with toilet bowl cleaner. And then you say, you should have told me that was the attraction. So should have, the sign for needs. We've done that before. Should have told me is like the sign for inform. So this is information and a scrunched O. It's in your head and you drop it down to like let yourself know, like inform. So you should have told me that, we've done that before, that was the attraction. So attraction start with, make like you're looking at a telescope kind of, and you take this and you wiggle them down to close. So do it this way here, close. So it's talking about, but kind of like a tunnel vision. Like this is what you're looking at and you're just engulfed in it. You're like focused in on it. So that's the sign for attraction. So you should have told me that was the attraction. And I realized I just did inform or tell me with two hands. You can do it with both this way. Sometimes you'll see it from here to here, down. Sometimes you can do it with one hand. Whatever's easiest for you. Then you clearly have the intelligence to, so clearly or like obviously, take a scrunched O, obviously, just starburst it out. Clearly, you have the intelligence. Intelligence is, I'm using the sign for smart. Take your middle finger on your forehead and flick it forward. Like bright, smart, intelligent. And then she interrupts you to focus on her food. So you say, okay, I give up. So give up is your hands with an A shaped. You just flick them up like, I give up. Kind of have that head back. I give up. What do you want to talk about? We could use this sign for what. What do you want to talk about? This is like one person and going back and forth with their discussions. Talk about. I want to eat so we don't have our hands. And then you say, you want to eat so we don't have our hands. Well, I might just bury my face in the plate and keep talking. So the sign for plate, you take L's, you scrunch them, and you place it down in front of you like you have the circular plate on the table. That's just the classifier, the sign for plate. So you could just be like, well, might as well just bury my face in the plate and keep talking. And so you don't have to sign like bury my face in the plate. You just do it. You just show your face being in the plate. And then you can keep talking. They'll see that, but it'll be funny if you do the sign for like talk like blah, blah, blah when someone does that. So you could do this and like blah, 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 like, and I just keep talking. That would be kind of funny. So that whole part together, where am I? I lost my place. Oh, so, well, I may just bury my face in the plate and keep talking. That one's simple, but there's a lot of English words, but it's simple in ASL this time. Then she says, talk about you. Talk about me? Okay. What do you want to know? So the okay part, okay, we know that already. Okay. What do you want to know? So there's different signs with what. This is what, like what? Like you kind of like you do as a hearing person, what? And the other one that I use is what. Like this is more of like a statement, like what. It's just a different way to do it. You can do either one. What do you want to know? You said before that you used to pretend to be deaf. And then you say, I said before that I used to pretend to be deaf. Yeah. So you were paying attention. So this part right here, I would add the sign like what we call in ASL an idiom. It's called true biz, which sounds silly, but it's like true business, like for real, like, oh, you really were paying attention. So that part would be touch your chin right here. And then it's the sign for work again, but you start here and you kind of like go forward. Oh, so you were paying attention. So the sign for pay attention is like taking your focus and putting it on me. So I would just do like, oh, so you actually were, you true biz were paying attention. How did you do that? How did I do that? Well, that's easy. And you say sign easy. That's easy. You don't have to sign that. You can just skip it. That just easy. That's easy. I just did this. And then she says, why? He says, why? Forget it. You could either do forget it or just put your hand up, forget it. You're not actually like telling her to wipe it away from your brain and forget. It's just like a phrase. She says, come on, come on. And then this is where it gets weird. This is the interesting part. So I'm going to do my best. We'll see. And once we get our language analysis guy, Damon, when he comes in and helps with some stuff, he might have some ideas that better tweak this to make more sense in ASL conceptually. It's just a weird part of the script. So we'll see. So, all right. We know that sign already, I think. All right. All right. My mother was Jewish. So Jewish is like their chin, their pointy beard spots when you see Jewish people. I don't know. She married a Catholic. So my mother was Jewish, and then you put her somewhere in space so you can refer back to her later. She married. So married is like take a C shape, put it on top, and you circle one and go down. Married. So she married a Catholic. The sign for Catholic is 2 fingers. You make the cross on your forehead. Catholic. Who turned out to become an atheist. Let's just sign, or who turned out to be an atheist. Let's just sign becomes. There's not a good sign for atheist. I've always spelt it, and it's definitely a concept that you expand, like a person who doesn't believe in God. But that's a lot to sign that doesn't match your words right now. So we're just going to sign, and I asked somebody about this, we're going to sign God, like rebel, or like push away, or ugh. That's how I feel about God. So that's the sign for atheist right now. So I'll do that sentence all together. So my mother was Jewish. She married a Catholic who turned out to be an atheist. Didn't matter because I have to scroll on the page. Didn't matter because mother turned out to be of faith, therefore to unknown to man. This is a weird one. So it doesn't matter. The sign for doesn't matter. Doesn't matter because mother, and you can point to her again or you can sign mother. Mother turned out to be, sign became again, turned out to be, no, let's not do became. Let's, because she didn't become of faith. She followed a faith. So let's do that. So mother turned out to be, the sign for follow is one and like the same thing. You're leading, I'm following. So follow. So mother turned out to be of faith. The sign for faith is take F's, and you start on your forehead, and you bounce, bounce. So do it over here, forehead, bounce, bounce. That's faith. And then you could do unknown to man. I'm not quite sure on this part, but this is the signs. So it doesn't matter anyways because mother turned out to be of faith, theretofore unknown to man. So we can talk with everybody else and kind of get a better idea of what that's really meaning that would match, but it's going to be hard to take that and keep you mouthing English and doing the sim-comming with a different type of sign that would make more sense. So we'll see. She designated me her confessor, complete wisdom, my immaculate birth, and healing power. So this is obviously sarcastic, but it still is a little confusing in sign. So I'll just go with it. She designated me her confessor. Just do label. She labeled me that. She called me that. So this is you just like a sticker. She labeled me. So you point to your mother. She labeled me her. You point to her confessor. So confess is like you're holding all this in and you let it out. Confess person, confessor. complete with semi-immaculate birth. So I would do semi, like semi-immaculate, special, unique, rare, immaculate birth. I think we talked about this before, the baby coming out, birth, and healing powers. So healing is like taking from your chest and you're getting better. There's health. Power, you take a C and you pop it on your muscle, like if you were to have like big muscles, power. So all I had to say was, how about mother? We've already set up in space here. She designated me her confessor, complete with semi-immaculate birth and healing powers. Sorry. She says, how? You say, how? Well, I used to demon come out, hands over the ears. This is, again, just kind of role-playing. So you could sign before, like I used to. Well, I used to be like demon, the sign for demon, the evil, think of their horns. Demon, and you could go like this, and the come out part would be like extracting the demon from your head, which take the V's, and you're going to take them and scrunch them and pull back. This is as if I were like taking something from you. So, well, I used to be demon, come out, however you want to say that. And then the part, hands over the ears, you can kind of like, this, hands over the ears. And then he demonstrates like this. She says, where's the deaf part? You say, where's the deaf part? The time finally came when I had to stop hearing her. So he indicates shutting his mother out. Yeah, so the time finally came. You could just sign like over time, like step by step. And that's not really step by step, but it just means that time has passed one over the other. And you can do it. So like, time finally came when I had to stop hearing her. Like, I'm done with her. So just kind of flick your hand away, like, I had to stop hearing her. So I did this. And he asked, did you ever pretend to hear? So I would do, point to her, did you ever, there's a sign for pretend, but I don't, I kind of like another idea better. This is like when you take like a mask on, you become a different person, like a character. Did you ever like, oh, I'm hearing kind of thing. So I would do that. Did you ever hearing? Pretend to hear? She says no. Well, yes, I used to pretend. No? Yeah? Then come on, tell me the part. Come on, like, tell me. Inform me. Come on. She says dance, and he's like, you want to dance? I can hear the music. Oh, I didn't sign you want to dance. Sorry, I'm just reading through the script. You want to dance. You want, and then dance. So this is the floor. These are your legs, and you just swing back and forth. Dance. So you want to dance? I can hear the music. And he asks, how do you hear the music? How do you hear? Take your fingers and pull the source into your ear. Hear music. 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 So how do you hear the music? She says vibrations. And you say vibrations? Through my nose. Through your nose? You're not signing any of this part. She breaks into a smile. They move to the dance floor. And then you say there's nobody else dancing. So nobody, take a zeros. Nobody, none. There's nobody else dancing. So it's pretty simple, this part, except for that one little chunk that's just bizarre and sarcastic and doesn't really translate very well. So, but let me know if you have any questions. I hope this was helpful.